Hi guys, and welcome back to Hilltop Farm. I'm Jay, and welcome to another lesson in Wicca. Okay, let's get on with it. Lesson 14. This is entitled Sacred Space. There are many forms of sacred space for pagans, but almost all of them have the same qualities. Ancient pagan roots came from a ground of beginning where the harmony of the land and the guiding message from the animals and elements were flowing naturally and abundantly. These ancient people lived in an abundant universal flow of life, at one with their earth. This natural sacred space provided a home for the resonance of soul life. Creating sacred and harmonious space is a deeply spiritual practice supporting one to move more deeply into the flow of natural nature. In creating beauty and balance in our own environment, we can shift the energies blocking a full reflection of ourselves as spirit beginnings in the human body. You may want to contemplate a few questions to bridge your world and awaken your spirit. What is my sacred space saying about the condition of my inner life? Are these spaces clear and beautiful? Do I love and need everything I see and possess within? Are the doorways and windows open, uncluttered, and inviting for the movement of energy to circulate and freshen each day with new possibilities? What is the first thing others see when entering my sacred space? And does this reflect who I am? Clearing old things moves the old thought forms associated with them and takes away the constant reflection that feeds these old elementals. Have courage to change. As life guides you, you change when something is complete and has no more life for you. Put death to whatever needs to die and then change your environment. Create beauty and balance by blending all elements into your environment using earth, air, water and fire, and you will have a spiritual environment. Create more relaxing and nurturing home life to encounter the activity of the other world. Bring forth receptivity, willingness and acceptance through the creation of a sacred altar of service to reflect your gifts of love, communication and creativity as a helpful person on the earth. Watch the synchronicity move into your life. The magic circle. The magic circle is the Wiccan temple. It is the place where Wiccans formerly worship the goddess and god. It is the place where most would prefer to practice magical workings, or here they can be sure they have the eyes and ears of the old ones. Our temple is likened to that of the Christian church, the Islamic mosque and the Jewish synagogue, and its ancestors include Stonehenge and Avebury. The only difference between us and our temple and that of mainstream religion is that our temple was formed by the goddess and god and awakened by ourselves. As we prefer to work with Mother Nature, which usually means being out in the open and not surrounded with obstructive structures that block our view from the wonderment of what the gods have created. The floor of our temple is the living earth that is beneath our bare feet. The walls are the beautiful trees and sweet-scented plants and shrubs, flowers and herbs, that surround our prepared space, thus being the circle. The ceiling of our temple is the dark night sky that illuminates the heavens with 1,000,000 flickering lights that are the stars. We believe that witches are never alone. If ever we feel alone, all we have to do is look above to the sky, and we know each star is the soul of our past brothers and sisters, placed in the night sky to always watch over us and to help keep us safe. The circle can be cast indoors, whether for the sake of privacy or because of severely inclement weather. But where possible, a circle should be cast outside under the stars and the ever-patient gaze of the moon. A group may have its own ritual area that it uses extensively in a member's back garden or even out in the bush, or a group may go to one of the many sacred sites that may be around your city. Groups that work inside usually have a room dedicated to the goddess and god, and so it is permanently set up for worship. I myself have an altar temple for myself and the group, and also a large outdoor sacred space for both. Note that this does not mean that the circle is a permanent creation. For every ritual, the magic circle is opened. Every circle is a temporary doorway to the astral and a creation. Every circle is a temporary doorway to the astral and is a creation of the personal power for those who have put up the circle. Without the appropriate ritual to dismiss and thank the astral entities evoked, an abandoned circle is ripe for etheric mischief. As a tool to work on the astral, the magic circle has three main functions. Concentration. It provides a comfortable atmosphere suitable for focusing energy to be raised. Sacredness. A world in between worlds, in a time that is not a time, in a place that is not a place, and on a day that is not a day. Containment. As energy is raised, it must be contained or packaged until it is ready to be sent out to its target. There are some symbolic aspects of the magical circle that the seekers should be familiar with that relate to Wiccan philosophy. The circle is a geometric figure. It does not have an end and no beginning, nor does rebirth the cycle of reincarnation. Were you to stand upon a flat, treeless plain and look up, you would be the exact center of a circle. You are the microsm within the microsm. A full moon or the setting sun, symbols of deity, appear as circles in our sky. A circle defines space in 2 dimensions. As we work in 3 dimensions, it would not be reasonable for us to work in a circle of 3 dimensions. The magic circle is actually part of a magic sphere. Half of the sphere is above the ground, and the other half below. The circle then represents an area where the sphere cuts into the ground. Thus does the magic circle contain and project. For magic, both good and mischievous, knows no physical limits, and can, if allowed, go up or down, as well as out and about. This is why in the beginning I talked about when you're imagining your circle, you can imagine a bubble if it's easier for you. And I imagine the bubble myself. I feel it's more encompassing than a circle, but you'll find most Wiccan and pagan books and literature refer to the circle. So anyway, whether you place your sacred space in a room of your home, a corner of your garden, or another place you choose to practice, you need to find the method of creating your space that works best for you. Okay, this week's assignment, I want you to set up and maintain your own sacred space. If you haven't done it already, alright? Choose a place that best suits you. It could be a room in your house, a corner of your bedroom or living room, or even a shelf somewhere. Empty the area of everything you consider to be unwanted or that you don't like. Fill it with anything you are drawn to, your magical tools, crystals, herbs, candles, all are good additions, as well as your own personal altar. Record your activities in your journal and also record the difference in your relaxation and visual exercises. So I think most of that's pretty self-explanatory. Alright? And you know, to have the sacred space helps with, visualization. If you fill it with things that you love and you're drawn to, and you're going to be more relaxed and more comfortable and more receptive, and your energies will be more positive. So it all works in together. Okay, end of the lesson. As usual, you will find a link to this handout in the description below. So go ahead and print it out or download it and keep it on your computer. I like to print them out because then you can make notes in them and just keep them in, can you see that? In, a big binder folder. Yeah, so you'll find, as usual, as I say, links down below. So, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you for joining me. If you want to get these lessons early and have some of the other benefits that our Patreon family enjoy, there's a link down below to join our Patreon family. And if you don't, as I say, it's not a drama at all. You're just as welcome. Now, if you liked this lesson, give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell next to it. And we'll see you next week for another lesson in Wicca. And until then, it's goodbye from Hilltop Farm. See ya!